Hello students. So today also I am doing class 12, the same topic, inverse orbital function. This is the continuation part. The same exercise, that is exercise 4. So here also each question carries 5 marks, and here the page number is 99. Okay. So in the last class we did question number 22. Now let us solve this question number 23. Okay. So it is given that cos inverse 5 by x plus cos inverse 12 upon x is equal to pi by 2. You have to solve it. You have to get the value for x. Okay. So there is a technique in order to solve this equation. So you know that sin inverse x plus cos inverse x is also pi by 2. You know that, isn't it? Since it is given here as pi by 2, we know that sin inverse x plus cos inverse x is also pi by 2. So instead of this x, either you have to write 5 by x or it may be 12 by x. Either instead of x you can write 5 by x or it may be 12 by x. Okay. So also you have to write here, we know that sin inverse. So I already told you that instead of that x you can write either 5 by x or 12 by x. Let us write 5 by x. Okay. So this is sin inverse 5 by x plus cos inverse 5 by x is equal to pi by 2. We know this relation, isn't it? This is the formula. So let us write down this given equation again. That is cos inverse 5 by x plus cos inverse, it is 12 by x is equal to, this is your pi by 2, right? So now what will you do with these two equations so that it will be easier for you to simplify it? We have to subtract it. Okay. If you subtract them, you have to change the sign, minus. Okay. Now this cos inverse 5 by x gets cancels. This 5 by 2 also gets cancels. So what do we get now after cancelling, after subtracting? What do we get? Sin inverse 5 by x plus, it's not plus, it is minus cos inverse 12 by x, which is equal to 0. Is that clear now? So now you can solve it easily. Okay. So let us take this second term to the right hand side. So it becomes plus sign, isn't it? Therefore, sin inverse 5 by x is equal to, when this minus goes to the right hand side, becomes plus, is equal to cos inverse 12 by x. So it is cos inverse 12 by x. Okay. So this is an equation in terms of sin inverse and in terms of cos inverse. But you should convert it into single inverse, that is, you should convert into same inverse circular function. Either you can change sin inverse into cos inverse, or it may be cos inverse into sin inverse. Khali एउटालाई मात्रै हामीले change गर्नुपर्छ. ठीक छ? So let us convert this cos inverse x into sin inverse. You know how to convert it, isn't it? That is cos inverse x is equal to sin inverse root over 1 minus x square. That is the formula, right? So sin inverse 5 upon x is equal to, now we are changing this cos inverse x in terms of sin inverse. So what is the formula? Sin inverse root over, what is the formula? Root over 1 minus x square. 1 minus, what is x square here? It is 12 by x whole square. Is that clear now? So from both the sides you can cancel this sin inverse. Let us cancel them. Or 5 upon x is equal to, within square root, 1 minus 144 divided by x square. Right? That is, from both the sides you can cancel that same inverse circular function, that is sin inverse x, that is cancelled, and we get only 5 by x is equal to root under 1 minus 12 by x whole square is 144 by x square. Right? Now remove square root, that means you have to square both the sides. So squaring both the sides, squaring both the sides. So squaring both the sides, what do we get now? So squaring both the sides, what do we get? Therefore, this is 5 by x whole square is equal to, on the right hand side, that square root will be removed, 1 minus 144 by x square, right? Or what is 5 by x whole square? It is 25 by x square. It is 25 by x square is equal to 1 minus 144 divided by x square, right? Now what will you do in the next step? We can keep the terms containing x square on the left hand side, okay? So, or it is 25 by x square, this minus becomes plus on the left hand side, plus 144 by x square is equal to 1, right? So now you can easily solve it, get the LCM. So what's the LCM out here? What's the LCM? It is x square. So here the LCM is x square. This LCM is divided by x square, that is 1. 125 is 25 plus, again this LCM x square is divided by this x square, that is 1. So 1 into 144, 144 is equal to 1 by 1, right? So add the numerators, 169 by x square is equal to 1 by 1. You can do cross multiplication, that is x square is equal to 169. So what are the values of x? X is equal to plus minus root over 169. What is square root of 169? That is x is equal to plus minus 13. So this is the answer. So you can copy it. You have understood? So I think you have understood it. So x is equal to plus minus 13. So you can copy it. We'll do the next question. Now we will do question number 24. This is also solved. That means you have to get the value for x. The question is 3 cot inverse 1 upon 2 minus root 3 plus cot inverse x is equal to pi by 2. So now in this case, let us rationalize the denominator. So what is the meaning of rationalizing the denominator? That means you have to remove square root from the denominator. You know that this root over 3, you cannot get the exact square root of 3, isn't it? It will be 1.732, something like that. This is the approximate value, but we will not get its exact value. Okay, 1.732 is the approximate value. So this is known as irrational number. Now this irrational number should be changed into rational number. So that means rationalizing the denominator means you have to remove square root from the denominator. Rationalizing the denominator means you have to remove square root from the denominator. Okay. So this root 3 is also known as a sword. It is known as quadratic sword, isn't it? Why is it known as quadratic sword? Because this is 3 to the power half. Since this 2 is there, so this is known as a quadratic sword, isn't it? Isn't it? You have understood? So again, root over 3 is equal to what? 3 to the power half, right? Since 2 is out there, this is known as quadratic sword. Okay. So now you have to rationalize the denominator. That means remove square root from the denominator. So let us simplify it first. Or 3 cot inverse. You know how to rationalize the denominator, isn't it? This denominator should be multiplied by 2 plus root 3. If you multiply 2 minus root 3 by 2 plus root 3 and use the formula a square minus b square, this square root will be removed. Okay. So you should multiply by 2 plus root 3 in both the numerator and in the denominator. 2 minus root 3 into 2 plus root 3. That means you have to multiply this 2 minus root over 3 by the opposite sign. Opposite sign means if there is minus, you should write plus sign there. 2 plus root 3, and in the numerator also you should write 2 plus root 3, because this will be cancelled and you will get the same expression, that is 1 upon 2 minus root 3, right? So this 2 plus root 3 is known as the rationalizing factor, right, of the denominator. That is, we are removing square root from the denominator. Then plus cot inverse x is equal to what? Pi by 2. Let us simplify it. 3 cot inverse. Simplify it now. So 2 plus root 3 divided by 2 minus root 3 to 2 plus root 3. So it is 2 plus root over 3 divided by a minus b into a plus b. What is the formula? A whole square minus b whole square, isn't it? That is, a minus b into a plus b is always a square minus b square, which is equal to, what is a here? 2 whole square minus root 3 whole square, okay? Then plus cot inverse x is equal to pi by 2. Or this is 3 cot inverse within bracket. It is only 2 plus root 3, because in the denominator, what is this simplification? 2 square is 4, minus root 3 whole square is 3. What is 4 minus 3? That is 1. You don't have to write 1. If there is 1 in the denominator, you don't have to write it. Okay. So then plus cot inverse x is equal to pi by 2. Then cot inverse x is equal to pi by 2. Now, there is cot inverse 2 plus root 3. So cot ko kun se angle? Cot of which angle is 2 plus root 3? You should know it. Okay. Cot of which angle is 2 plus root 3? You should know it. That is actually cot pi by 12 is this one, 2 plus root 3. So how is it so? That is cot pi by 12 is equal to 2 plus root 3. Let us prove it. Okay. So now you know that cot pi by 12 is cos pi by 12 divided by sin pi by 12, right? Now let us simplify it. If it is sin pi by 12, let us multiply it by 2 cos pi by 12. If you multiply it by 2 cos pi by 12, it will be 2 sin pi by 12 cos pi by 12. You can use the formula from multiple angles. That is, what is 2 sin a cos a? It is sin 2a. So if you multiply this denominator by 2 cos pi by 12, you should multiply the numerator by cos. You should also multiply the numerator by 2 cos pi by 12. That is, you have to multiply both the numerator and the denominator by 2 cos pi by 12. Understood? So let us multiply both numerator and the denominator by 2 cos pi by 12. So it is 2 cos square pi by 12, and in the denominator it is 2 sin pi by 12 cos pi by 12. Is that clear? Now next, which is equal to? Now this is your 2 cos square theta. So there is a formula for 2 cos square theta in multiple angles, isn't it? The formula is 2 cos square theta is equal to 1 plus cos 2 theta. This is the formula that you can use here. Okay. So which is equal to? If there is 2 cos square theta, then you should write 1 plus cos 2 theta. Here theta is pi by 12, isn't it? So what is the formula? 1 plus cos 2 into, what is theta? It is pi by 12 whole divided by. Now this is 2 sin theta cos theta. What is the formula? Sin 2 theta. So it is sin 2 into pi by 12. Right? So this is the formula. This is 2 sin theta cos theta, that is sin 2 theta, you know that, isn't it? From multiple angles. So here you can cancel this 2 and 12, that is 6 times 2 and 12, this is 6 times. 1 plus cos pi by 6 divided by, this is sin pi by 6. Okay. Now what is cos pi by 6? That means we are getting the value for cot pi by 12, right? So now in the next step, let us write it here, which is equal to 1 plus, what is cos 30 degree? This is pi by 6 is 30 degree, cos 30 degree is root 3 by 2 divided by, what is sin 30? It is half, right? If we simplify it, what do we get? 2 plus root 3 whole divided by 2 divided by half. 2 gets cancels, which is equal to, how much is it now? 2 plus root 3. That is cot of which angle is 2 plus root 3? It is cot pi by 12. Understood now? So let us write it here. 3 cot inverse within bracket. Instead of this 2 plus root 3, what can you write? Cot pi by 12. Because cot pi by 12 is 2 plus root 3, right? Plus cot inverse x is equal to what? It is pi by 2. Understood now? So now you can easily find out you can easily now get the value for x. Okay? So let us solve it now. Or 3 into what is cot inverse cot x? X, what is x here? Pi by 12, right? Plus cot inverse x is equal to pi by 2, which is equal to pi by 2, right? So here you can cancel 3 1s are 3, 3 4s are 12, or pi by 4 plus cot inverse x is equal to pi by 2, right? So in the next step, pi by 4, take it to the right hand side, or cot inverse x is equal to pi by 2 minus pi by 4, or cot inverse x is equal to, what's the LCM? It is 4. 2 and 4. What's this LCM? 4. Now 4 is divided by 2. 2 to the 4. 2 into pi, 2 pi minus 4 and 4. Divide 4 by 4. 1. 1 into pi, pi. Right? Next, or cot inverse x. What is 2 pi minus pi? Pi by 4. Or x is equal to, this is your cot pi by 4. This is cot 45. What is the value for cot 45? It is always 1. So therefore x is equal to 1 is the answer. So what is the answer out here? That is x is equal to 1. So this is your answer. You have understood now? So you can copy it. We'll do the next one. So now let's do question number 25. You have to solve it again. You have to get the value for x. The question is, what is the equation given? Sin inverse x plus sin inverse 2x is equal to pi by 3. So don't use the formula on the left hand side. Don't use sin inverse x plus sin inverse y. There is easier way to solve it. Okay? So there is easier way to solve this equation, right? So what we will do here is, let us take this sin inverse x to the right hand side, as we have done in question number, this is same as question number 22. It is similar to question number 22, okay? It is similar to question number 22, right? So let us take this sin inverse x to the right hand side. It becomes minus sin inverse x, isn't it? So, or this is sin inverse 2x is equal to pi by 3 minus sin inverse x. So you can again make it easier by assuming sin inverse x is equal to theta. So let us assume, let sin inverse x is equal to theta, right? So what is x is equal to? X is equal to sin theta. So when the sin inverse goes to the right hand side, it becomes plus, it becomes sin, not plus. Actually, when the sin inverse goes to the right hand side, it becomes only sin, that is sin theta. So we get the value of sin theta. What is sin theta is equal to? This is x, okay? Now this again, write on this equation, that is sin inverse 2x is equal to pi by 3 minus sin inverse x, right? So next, or sin inverse 2x is equal to pi by 3 minus, we had assumed this sin inverse x as theta, right? Or 2x is equal to sin inverse, take it to the right hand side, so becomes sin within bracket pi by 3 minus theta. Is that clear? So what is the formula that you can use on the right hand side? That is sin a minus b It's not sine 90 minus theta, it's not sine 180 minus theta like that, okay? So it is sine A minus B now. So let us use the formula from compound angle. So left hand side remains same, that is 2x is equal to, this is sine of A minus B. So what is the formula for sine of A minus B from compound angle? It is sine A cos B minus cos A sine B. So here it is sine pi by 3 cos theta, sine A cos B minus cos A, then what is sine B? It is sine theta. Is that clear? Here A is pi by 3 and B is theta. So sine A cos B minus cos A sine B, right? Here A is pi by 3 and B is theta, right? Or 2x is equal to, now you can put the value for sine theta as x. If there is cos theta, change it into sine theta. What is cos theta in terms of sine theta? It is root over 1 minus sine square theta, right? So this is your sine 60 degree, isn't it? Pi by 3 is, what is pi by 3 here? It is 60 degree. What is sine 60 degree? Root 3 by 2 into what is cos theta? Root over 1 minus sine square theta, right? Minus, what is cos 60? Cos 60 is half. Cos 60 is half into, this is your sine theta, right? Now, you can put the value of sine theta. Actually, what is sine theta? Sine theta is equal to x, right? So, or 2x is equal to root 3 by 2 into root over 1 minus. Since sine theta is equal to x, what is sine square theta? It is x square, right? Then minus half into, again, what is the value of sine theta? It is x. So, you can write here x, okay? Now, let us simplify it. Now, you can take this minus half x to the left hand side so that you can simplify it with 2x, okay? Or 2x plus half x is equal to, so square root, right side man, square root, that is root 3 by 2 into root over 1 minus x square. So this square root is alone on the right hand side. So that if you square both the sides, this square root will be removed. Okay. So let us simplify it. 2 2s are 4x plus x. 5x by 2 is equal to root 3 by 2 into root over 1 minus x square. Clear? So from here you can cancel these 2. 2 1s are 2, 2 1s are 2. You can cancel from both the sides. They are in the denominator. And in the denominator 2 is common here. You can cancel it. Okay. So now write down squaring both the sides. That means remove the square root from the right hand side. So in order to remove square root from the right hand side, you have to square both the sides, isn't it? So write down squaring both the sides. Squaring both the sides. So squaring both the sides, what do we get? It is 5x whole square is equal to, on the right hand side, it is root over 3 into root over 1 minus x square. This is whole square. Okay. So let's simplify it again. This is your 25x square is equal to, how much is it? Root over 3 whole square. Square root will be removed. Here also square root whole square. Square root will be removed. So what do we get? 1 minus x square, right? Oh, now it is 25x square is equal to, multiply by 3 here. It is 3 1s are 3 minus 3x square. Okay. Now x square, you can keep the terms containing x square on the left hand side. That is 25x square plus 3x square is equal to 3. Or what is 25x square plus 3x square? 28x square is equal to 3. So what is the value for x square now? Now write down what is x square is equal to? Or x square is equal to 3 by 28. So x square is equal to 3 upon 28. So what are the values of x now? X is equal to plus minus within square root 3 by 28. Is that clear to all of you? It is. plus minus within square root 3 by 28, right? Or x is equal to plus minus, it is root over 3 divided by root over 28. Now you can write down square root in both numerator as well as denominator. It will be root 3 by root 28. But this root over 28 can be simplified further. You cannot get the exact square root of root over 28, but you can write 4 into 7, isn't it? 4 into 7, okay? So x is equal to plus minus, it is root 3 divided by, what is square root of 4 into 7? It is square root of 4 is 2, and this is root over 7. So this is the answer. So I think you have understood it. So you can copy it. We'll do the next question now. So now we will do question number 26. This is also the solve part. You have to get the value for x, okay? So the question is sine inverse root over 3 into x plus sine inverse x is equal to pi by 2, right? So this is the equation given. You have to solve it to get the value for x. So in this case also don't use the formula of sine inverse x plus sine inverse y. It will be complicated, right? If you use that formula, it will be more difficult for you to simplify, right? So the method is, let us take the sine inverse x to the right hand side. This is the easiest way to solve it, okay? So let us take the sine inverse x to the right hand side, right? So or sine inverse root over 3x is equal to pi by 2 minus sine inverse x, okay? Now let us assume this sine inverse x as theta. If you assume it, then the this question will be very simple, okay, to solve it. Now let sine inverse x is equal to theta, or what is the value for x? X is equal to sine theta. So when the sine inverse goes to the right hand side or to the opposite side or to the right hand side, it becomes sine. So x is equal to sine theta, okay? So let us write it again. Since sine inverse root over 3x is equal to pi by 2 minus, what is the value for sine inverse x here? It is assumed as theta, okay? Or now let us take this sine inverse to the right hand side, so it becomes sine, isn't it? So root 3x is equal to sine within bracket, it is pi by 2 minus theta. Or root over 3x is equal to, what is sine 90 minus theta? It is cos theta. You know this formula, isn't it? That is sine 90 minus theta is equal to cos theta. So now, since you know the value for sine theta is equal to x, you can change this cos theta into sine theta. So how can you change this cos theta into sine theta? Root over 1 minus sine square theta, right? So root over 3x is equal to, what is the formula for cos theta in terms of sine? You know that it is root over 1 minus sine square theta. Is that clear now? So or this is root 3x is equal to root over 1 minus, what is sine square theta now? Since sine theta is x here, what is sine square theta? X square. It is x square, right? Now you know how to solve this equation. You have to remove square root from both the sides. So write down squaring both the sides. Squaring both the sides. So squaring both the sides, what do we get? It is root over 3x whole square is equal to, it is root over 1 minus x square whole square, right? Or what is root over 3 into x whole square? That is root over 3 whole square is 3. So this is your x square is equal to, what is square root whole square? Square root will be removed, 1 minus x square. So in this case, square root will be removed if it is squared, right? Now minus x square, take it to the left hand side. So it is 3x square plus x square is equal to 1, or 4x square is equal to 1. 4x square is equal to 1, right? So now get the value for x square. What is x square is equal to? Or x square is equal to 1/4, right? 4 is taken to the right hand side. So it is 4 into. When this 4 goes to the right hand side, you should write it in the denominator. So x square is equal to 1/4, right? So or x is equal to plus minus within square root, it is 1/4. Or x is equal to plus minus, what is square root of 1/4? It is plus minus half. So this is your answer. Okay. So we'll do the next question now. So now we will do the next question, that is prove that. You have to prove LHS is equal to RHS. So let's do question number 4. Okay. The question is you have to prove that this is left hand side. That is 4 tan inverse 1 upon 5 minus tan inverse 1 upon 239 is equal to pi by 4. So let us prove it now. So let us write on left hand side. So what is left hand side here? 4 tan inverse 1 upon 5 minus tan inverse 1 upon 239. Okay. So let us simplify now. Now what is the formula that you can use for the first term? 2 tan inverse x, isn't it? So 2 tan inverse x is equal to tan inverse 2x upon 1 minus x square. This is the formula that you can use here. Okay. So this 4 can be written as 2 into 2 tan inverse 1 upon 5. Right. So this is your 2 tan inverse x. What is x here? It is 1 by 5. Right. So is equal to 2 into, now let us write down the formula. It is tan inverse 2 into, what is x? 1 by 5 divided by 1 minus, what is x square here? It is 1 by 5 whole square, which is 1 by 25. Is that clear? So you have to write down this second term also. You have to write down the second term. Second term remains same. Minus tan inverse 1 upon, this is your 239, right? Is equal to 2 tan inverse. Let us simplify it further. So 2 ones are 2. 2 by 5 divided by 25 ones are 25 minus 1. What is it? It is 24 by 25, right? So you can cancel here. 2 ones are 2. 2 12s are 24. 5 ones are 5. 5 5s are 25. Then write down minus. It is tan inverse 1 upon 239. Okay. Now simplify the first term. So which is equal to 2 tan inverse. 2 tan inverse, how much is it? This 5 goes up in the numerator divided by 12. When this is 12 by 5 in the denominator, when it goes to the numerator, it becomes upside down. That is 5 by 12. 5 by 12, then minus tan inverse 1 upon 239. Is it clear? Now again you can use the formula of 2 tan inverse x here. Now 5 by 12 you should take it as x, isn't it? So which is equal to, again use the same formula here also. So now tan inverse 2 into x, 5 by 12 divided by 2 into x, that is 2 into 5 by 12. 1 minus, what is x square? 5 whole square, 25 divided by 144. Bracket closed. Then write down minus tan inverse 1 upon 239. Is that clear? So let us simplify it. So tan inverse, you don't have to cancel them, okay? So 5 2s are 10 by 5 2s are 10 divided by 12 divided by, what's the LCM here? This is 144. So here it is 144 minus 25, right? Minus tan inverse this is 1 upon 239, right? So 12 ones are 12, 12 twelves are 144. Is it clear? It is 12 ones are 12, 12 twelves are 144, right? So which is equal to tan inverse? So what is the number? What is the number within bracket? 12 into 10 is 120. Divided by, what is 144 minus 25? This is 14 minus 5, 9. 4 minus 3 is 1, 1. That is 120 divided by 119. Then write down minus tan inverse 1 upon 239. Okay? So you can copy it. Now next, what is the formula again that you can use here? It is tan inverse x minus tan inverse y. First one is tan inverse x, second one is tan inverse y. That means you can use the formula of tan inverse x minus tan inverse y. So let us use the formula. Tan inverse within bracket, what is x minus y in this case? 120 by 119 minus 1 by 239 whole divided by 1 plus xy. What is xy? 120 by 119 into what is y? 1 upon 239, right? So is equal to tan inverse within bracket. Now let's take the LCM. So what's the LCM here? 119 into 239. 119 into 239 is the LCM, isn't it? Now this LCM is divided by 119. So what remains? 239. So 239 into 120 should be multiplied minus, now again this LCM is divided by 239, 239, 239 gets cancels. You will get 119 into 1 is 119, right? So in the denominator also, what's the LCM? 119 into 239 is the LCM. So mathematics kati huncha abo yo denominator ko mathematics, how much is there? It is 119 into 239 plus this is your 120, because if this LCM is divided by this 119 into 239, it will be 1, isn't it? So 1 into 120 is always 120. So you can cancel here, you can cancel these LCM, cancel them, right? So now let us simplify it once again. Now 239 into 120. 239 into 120. Let us multiply them. You have to show the rough work also in this case. 0 9s are 0, 0 3s are 0, 0 2s are 0. Cross. 2 9s are 18, 8, 1, 2 3s are 6 plus 1, 7, 2 2s are 4. Right? Double cross. 1 9s are 9, 1 3s are 3, 1 2s are 2. So it is 0, 8, 16, 6, 1, 5 plus 3, 8, 2. How much is it? Now 28680, right? So is equal to, this is tan inverse, how much is that? 28680 minus 119 divided by, again you have to multiply 239 by 119, right? 239 should be multiplied by 119 again. It is 119 into 239, okay? So let us multiply them. 9 9s are 81, 1, 8. 9 3s are 27 plus 8, 35, 5, 3. 9 2s are 18, 9 2s are 18, right? 18 plus 3 is 21. Cross. Let us multiply by 1. 1 9s are 9, 1 3s are 3, 1 2s are 2. Double cross. Again, 1 9s are 9, 1 3s are 3, 1 2s are 2. Let us check it once again. Might be some mistake out there, right? 9 9s are 81, 1 8, 9 3s are 27 plus 8, 35, 5, 3, 9 2s are 18 plus 3 is 19, 20, 21. It's correct. 1 cross will be there. 1 9s are 9, 1 3s are 3, 1 2s are 2. Double cross. 1 9s are 9, 1 3s are 3, 1 2s are 2, right? So it is 1, 9 plus 5, 14, 4, 1, 2, 3 plus 2, 5, 5 plus 9. 5 plus 9 again is 14, 4, 1, 3 plus 2, 5 plus 3, 8, 28. Right? That is 28,441. This is 1, 9 plus 5, 14, 4, 1, 2, 3 plus 2, 5, 5 plus 9 is 14, 1, 3 plus 2, 5, 5 plus 3, 8, 2. Right? So it is 28,441. 28,441 plus 120. Is that clear to all of you? So now, let us again simplify it here. Is equal to tan inverse within bracket. Let us subtract it. Now it is 10 minus 9, 1. It is 7 minus 1, 6. This is 6 minus 1, 5, 8, 2. That is 28561. Right? So let us add these two numbers in the denominator. 1 plus 0, 1. 4 plus 2, 6. 4 plus 1, 5. Then it is 8, 2. So it is 28561. Both are in the numerator as well as in the denominator. Okay? So you can cancel them, which is equal to tan inverse 1. So what can you write for 1? Tan inverse, this is your tan pi by 4. Right? So instead of 1, you can write tan pi by 4. What is tan inverse tan pi by 4? Which is equal to pi by 4. That is proved. So we have done it. So this is the answer. So let's do another question. So now we will do the next question, that is question number 5. So it is also proved that. You have to prove that tan inverse 1 plus tan inverse 2 plus tan inverse 3 is equal to pi. There is another question also. That is, you have to prove 2 into tan inverse half plus tan inverse 1/3 plus tan inverse 1 is also pi. You have to prove either this first is equal to second and you have to prove first is equal to second and third is equal to second, right? So let us write down left hand side. Let us prove left hand side is equal to pi first, right? So it is tan inverse 1 plus tan inverse 2 plus it is tan inverse 3. And you know that tan inverse 1 plus tan inverse 2, that is tan inverse 1, tan inverse 2, tan inverse 3. These are the angles of a triangle. So sum of the three angles of a triangle is equal to pi. But you have to prove it, okay? So now, tan inverse 1 plus tan inverse 2, you can use the formula here, tan inverse x plus tan inverse y. Let us use it. Tan inverse 1 plus 2 divided by 1 minus xy. 1 minus 1 into 1 into 2 plus this is your tan inverse 3. So is equal to tan inverse within bracket 2 plus 1, 3 divided by 1 minus 2 is there. That is minus 1 plus tan inverse 3 is equal to tan inverse minus 3 plus tan inverse 3, right? But you cannot take this minus sign outside in this case, okay? So what we will do here is, you have to simplify this tan inverse minus 3. Since this is negative sign, so the angle lies in the second quadrant. So you should find out the angle in the second quadrant for this tan inverse minus 3, right? So let us assume, let tan inverse minus 3 is equal to theta, right? Let us assume this tan inverse minus 3 is equal to theta. Or minus 3 is equal to, let us take this tan inverse to the right hand side. So what does it become? It is tan theta, right? Again, only minus sign, take it to the right hand side. So it is 3 is equal to minus tan theta. 3 is equal to minus tan theta. Or 3 is equal to, so what will you write for minus tan theta? It is tan of pi minus theta. Is it clear now? Because you know that tan 180 degree minus theta, 180 minus theta lies in the second quadrant. In the second quadrant, tan is always negative. And since 180 is 90 into 2, that is, it is even multiple of 90. So tan remains as it is, you will get minus tan theta. So instead of minus tan theta, you can write tan of pi minus theta. So let us take this tan to the left hand side. So it becomes tan inverse 3 is equal to pi minus theta. Now let us get the value for theta. Let us find out the value for theta. So what is theta is equal to now? Pi minus tan inverse 3. Minus theta is taken to the left hand side. It becomes theta is equal to pi minus tan inverse 3. So what is the value for theta now? What was the value for theta here? It is tan inverse. Tan inverse minus 3 is equal to pi minus tan inverse 3. Is that clear? Now this left hand side was simplified and we got this expression tan inverse minus 3 plus tan inverse 3. Let us write down this expression again. So what is left hand side now? So LHS is equal to what? Tan inverse minus 3 plus it is tan inverse 3 plus tan inverse 3, right? So now what will you write for? What will you write for tan inverse minus 3? It is pi minus tan inverse 3 plus tan inverse 3. Is that clear? So now we can cancel these two. We can cancel them, which is equal to what? Pi. So we get pi, right? So it is proved. So which is equal to pi. That is left hand side is equal to pi. We have proved the first part. Now we'll do the second part. So you can copy it. So now let us prove the second part. That means you have to prove this third expression is equal to pi. Okay? Let us write it as right hand side. RHS is equal to 2 within bracket tan inverse half plus tan inverse 1/3 plus this is your tan inverse 1. Okay? Now which is equal to, let us simplify it first. Okay? 2. Now what is the formula for this 2? Tan inverse x plus tan inverse y, isn't it? You can use this formula. So tan inverse within bracket x plus y, that is half plus 1/3 x plus y divided by 1 minus xy, that is half into 1/3, right? Then plus this is your tan inverse 1, third bracket is closed, right? These first two terms are simplified here. That means tan inverse x plus tan inverse y formula is used. So it is tan inverse x plus y upon 1 minus xy, right? So it's equal to 2 within third bracket, tan inverse within bracket, what's the LCM in the numerator? It is 6. 6 is divided by 2, that is 3. 3 ones are 3, plus again 6 is divided by 3, that is 2. 2 ones are 2. Whole divided by 6. 3 twos are 6, isn't it? So 6 ones are 6 minus 1. Bracket closed. Then you have to write down tan inverse 1. Okay? So here you can cancel this 6. It is just simplified, right? So in the next step, what do we get? Is equal to 2 tan inverse within bracket. What is 3 plus 2? 5. What is 6 minus 1? This is also 5. That is 5. 5 by 5 is 1. You know that. Plus tan inverse 1. Plus this is your tan inverse 1. Right? So here 5 gets cancelled. You get 1 here. 2. That is tan inverse 5 by 5 is 1. Plus tan inverse 1. Is that clear? So these are similar expressions, you can add them. What is tan inverse 1 plus tan inverse 1? 2 into 2 tan inverse 1. Right? So it is 2 to 4. 4 tan inverse 1. Now since there is tan inverse, you can write 1 in terms of tan. So tan of which angle is 1? It is tan pi by 4. So which is equal to 4 tan inverse, within bracket you can write tan pi by 4. Is that clear? So which is equal to 4 into pi by 4. 4 gets cancels, which is equal to pi. So we have proved this third expression is equal to pi. Right? So it is also proved. So this is the method for proving the second part. So you can copy it. Now let's do the next question again. So now let's do question number 6. Here also it is proved that you prove LHS is equal to RHS. So this is also very important question. You can mark it. Okay. So let us write down left hand side. What is left hand side here? 3 tan inverse 1 upon 2 plus root 3 minus tan inverse half. Okay. So in this case also you have to remove square root from the denominator in the first term. That means you have to rationalize the denominator. Rationalizing the denominator means, I already told you that rationalizing the denominator means you have to remove square root from the denominator. So you should multiply both the numerator and the denominator by 2 minus root 3. Isn't it? So it's equal to 3 tan inverse. So it is 2 minus root 3 divided by 2 plus root 3 into 2 minus root 3, right? So minus, this is tan inverse half, right? So which is equal to 3 tan inverse. Now this will be 2 minus root 3 only, dividing by 1 will be there. But 2 plus root 3 into 2 minus root 3, how can we simplify it? 2 plus root 3 into 2 minus root 3, that is a plus b into a minus b. That is your a square minus b square. What is a here? 2. What is b here? Root 3. So what is a whole square? 2 whole square. That is 4. Minus, what is root over 3 whole square? 3. Root over 3 whole square is always 3. So 4 minus 3 is always 1. So you don't have to write 1 in the denominator. So it's only 2 minus root 3, right? So minus tan inverse half. Now here also, since there is tan inverse, tan of which angle is 2 minus root 3? It is also tan pi by 12. Okay, let us find out. Let us prove it that tan pi by 12 is equal to 2 minus root 3. Okay, so tan pi by 12. Let us find out its value. So is equal to sin pi by 12 divided by cos pi by 12. So in this case also you have to simplify the denominator. Since there is cos pi by 12, if you multiply it by 2 sin pi by 12, it will be 2 sin a cos a. That is, sin 2a will be the formula, isn't it? 2 sin a cos a, which is equal to, what is the formula? It is sin 2a. So if you multiply the denominator by 2 sin pi by 12, you should multiply the numerator also by 2 sin pi by 12. Okay? That means you have to multiply and divide by 2 sin pi by 12. Okay? So which is equal to 2 sin square pi by 12 divided by, it is 2 sin pi by 12 cos pi by 12. That means we are multiplying both the numerator and the denominator by 2 sin pi by 12. Okay, so in the denominator you can use this formula 2 sin a cos a, which is equal to sin 2a. But in the numerator, which formula is used? 2 sin square theta, right? So what is the formula for 2 sin square theta? It is 1 minus cos 2 theta. This is the formula from multiple angles in trigonometry. Okay, so which is equal to, what is that? 2 sin square theta. Here theta is pi by 12. Use this formula, 1 minus cos 2 into pi by 12. whole divided by. Now this is your 2 sine A cos A. Sine 2A, isn't it? So it is sine 2 into what is A here? It is pi by 12. So now, which is equal to 1 minus cos pi by 6. You can cancel 12 by 2, that is 6 times. Whole divided by, this is also sine, divide 12 by 2, that is 6 times pi by 6. Is that clear? Now next, what will you do? 1 minus, this is your cos 30 degree. What is the value for cos 30 degree? It is root 3 by 2 divided by sine pi by 6 means sine 30 degree. What is sine 30 degree? It is half. Now let us simplify it further. So which is equal to, what's the LCM in the numerator? That is 2, right? 2 is the LCM in the numerator. So it is 2 minus root 3 and then it is half in the denominator. So your 2 gets cancelled. So what do we get? 2 minus root 3. So tan of which angle is 2 minus root 3? It is tan pi by 12, isn't it? So it was tan pi by 12. You can check your copy. So tan pi by 12 is equal to 2 minus root 3. Is that clear? So instead of 2 minus root 3, what can you write? Tan of which angle is 2 minus root 3? It is tan pi by 12. So is equal to 3 tan inverse tan, it is pi by 12. Then write down minus tan inverse half. Is that clear? So now let us simplify it. I think you have understood it. How is it tan pi by 12 is equal to 2 minus root 3? Okay. So next, which is equal to 3 into, what is tan inverse tan pi by 12? It is only pi by 12. You know that tan inverse tan x is equal to x. Instead of x there is pi by 12. So what is tan inverse tan pi by 12? It is pi by 12, right? Then write down minus tan inverse half. Is that clear? So 3 ones are 3, 3 fours are 12 is equal to pi by 4 minus tan inverse half. But you have to prove, but in this case you have to prove that this left hand side is equal to tan inverse 1 upon 3. Right? So in this case you have to prove that this left hand side is equal to tan inverse 1/3. That is, this expression is equal to tan inverse 1 upon 3. So this is the simplified expression of this left hand side expression. Okay. So instead of pi by 4, what can you write? You have tan pi by 4 is equal to 1, isn't it? When this only tan goes to the right hand side, it becomes tan inverse, right? So pi by 4 is equal to tan inverse 1. So instead of this pi by 4, you may write tan inverse 1, isn't it? So write down tan inverse 1 here. So it is tan inverse 1 minus tan inverse half. Right? So you know that tan pi by 4 is equal to 1. So what is the value for pi by 4? It is tan inverse 1. So instead of pi by 4, what can you write? Tan inverse 1. Okay? So which formula is used again? Tan inverse x minus tan inverse y. So is equal to tan inverse within bracket. What is x here? 1 minus y is half divided by 1 plus x into y is 1 into half. Is that clear to all of you? So simplify it. Which is equal to tan inverse within bracket. Let us simplify the numerator. 2 ones are 2 minus 1. Half divided by, this is also half, 2 ones are 2 plus 1. It is 3 by 2. Right? This is 1 plus half. So 2 ones are 2 plus 1 is 3 by 2. So here you can cancel these 2, which is equal to tan inverse 1 upon 3, which is equal to right hand side. So I think you have understood the simplification. So this is the answer, which is equal to right hand side. So we have proved it. Okay. So you can copy it. So this much is for today. So in the next class we'll do more problems. We'll do problems from the HS question paper also. Okay. So this much is for today.